Alright, welcome back. This is Nothing But Drums. So I've been doing several shorts on the snare drum project, which is coming along. So I'm going to do a montage, and I didn't really want to make this a video. This was just kind of a fun thing to do. Got the snare drum at a pawn shop. A buddy of mine got it. So it's pretty old, single flange tubes, lots of rust. If you looked at the shorts that I also showed, there's some termites that got into the shell, I think. So anyway, today we're going to clean it up. I'm going to do a montage. I'm going to put this into a show, how to clean an old snare drum. That's what I'll call it. So, a couple products I'm going to use. I'm going to use Brasso. I'm also going to use rubbing compound, because this stuff works great. This gets rust out for just about anything. Especially, it's better on chrome. When you use it on chrome and you got some marks and rust on chrome, this is the stuff to go to. Also got to go to the store and get some steel wool, and we're going to get to it. So we'll be right back, and let's check the snare drum out. This hardware's really dirty. The rims are dirty. They're like terrible dirty. Whoops. Just really grimy, rusted. I don't know if you can see that. Look at that right in there. Brasso, I'm going to use that. Some rubbing compound, because that's always worked in the past on everything metal. And I have these pads, these sanding pads that I'm going to use that are different grits. Oh, fuck. Don't do that. Alright, so I've been cleaning up the snare drum, and I got these hooks. They're kind of rusted, but I cleaned them up pretty good. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I got them pretty clean. So these are the clamps for the single flange tube, and they're not brass because they're not that soft. I think they were covered or painted brass like all the other hardware, and it's just kind of rusted. This is kind of like a nickel or maybe steel actually. I mean, it seems pretty hard. If it was brass, I probably would have bent it in my vise. So, I'm getting there. Here's a little tip I just figured out. Whoopsie. Little steel wool. Let's clean this up. Got a new snare drum head for it. I'm going to use a fiber skin head. Put this together. And I'm going to keep the original Rezo head. And it's an Ambassador Weather King. This is a 1958. You can see the logo from Remo. That's 58. And it's got a metal rim on it, which is interesting. So I'm going to clean that up a little bit. All right, so we got the drum put back together. I think it looks good. I think it looks a lot better than it did. Let's hear what it sounds like. First, we're going to use very thin sticks. Let's do brushes. I think it lends itself to brushes. Pretty neat. All right, so now I'm going to try a pair of heavier sticks and see how that goes. Ringy. It's a big ringy snare drum. Very light. I do like the, with the brushes, it seems to be good. I'm going to use a little bit of dampening on this and see how that works. Sounds pretty good. I do have to say, I think that the snare drum, it's very ringy, it's bright. I think this would be great in an orchestra. It's good with brushes. not very good with brushes, sorry, forgive me. But I'm pleased with it. It came out good, it looks good. Something to be noted that this throw off here, as you can see, works pretty well. In the video that I don't show, that it was held together with wire when I got it, and the only thing holding this together was a nail. They put a nail through the opening for the screw. So I re-tapped it, put a machine screw in there, and it works great. Very interesting drum. I'm glad I have it. I think I will not play it. I play in rock bands. I think this would be good in an orchestra pit, or maybe a nice little jazz ensemble. Great. I think it came out well. So that's the drum. That's been the project for the last two and a half weeks I've been working on. It came out well. Thanks for tuning in. It's been Nothing But Drums, and we will see you next time.